Well, Don, obviously a very disappointing night. If I could start with the Paul Seedsman situation, it doesn't look good from an ACL perspective. No,
unfortunately, that's the diagnosis at the moment. Looks like it's a suspected ACL, so that'll we'll get the scans and. But yeah, he's shattered, as you can imagine.
You unlocked, I think, a lot of your potential in the third quarter tonight. We saw you guys close, pretty close. What's the difference in your view between that third quarter and the rest of the game? Like, where are you breaking down?
Well, I think we were able in the third quarter. I mean, our efficiency went up. Our kicking efficiency was not to the level for a fair chunk of the game, and that cost us dearly. And the third quarter, we also our contested stuff got a lot better. You know, we were able to win our share of the ball, and we were able to move it in an efficient fashion, which gave us a chance to make the most of the opportunity. I think we hit 5 for the quarter, and the game sort of played in our half. That's the blueprint of how we want to play, but we just couldn't do it for long enough.
There's a million things that happen in a game of footy, but when your leaders give away 350s in the first 10 minutes, you must have been ropeable, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, our first 3 goals were, they were avoidable. And you can't start a game by handing away 3 goals to the opposition, especially quality opposition like we had tonight. So that's disappointing because that just puts you on the back foot. And to the guys' credit, they regrouped at half time and we came out and had a really good third quarter, put ourselves in a position to contest the game out. But in our last quarter of the game, we dropped back into some poor habits, used the ball poorly, and we lost our way at the contest again. And that just created opportunities for them which they took too easily.
There's been 4 ACLs on the oval in the last just matter of weeks. Is that just footy? Is that just bad luck?
I don't know. At this stage, I'd say it is, but again, I'm not sure if someone's going to look at the ground or conditions or anything else. I mean, it may be just footy. I'd like to see it stop happening, to be honest. But unfortunately, we now have Tom and potentially now Paul that we're going to miss the season, which is it's disappointing for those 2 guys, and especially early in the year when you put all the work and energy into getting yourself ready for a season to then have that sort of rug pulled from underneath is shattering for both them and for us as a group.
Don, mindful it was external assessment, big raps on you guys pre-season. Are you a little bit surprised with how you guys have come out of the blocks? Obviously, it was a good performance last week, but a disappointing tonight. Yeah,
disappointing game tonight. I mean, clearly we're not happy with where we're sitting. We don't sit here at 1 and 2, and so we've had a great start to the season. The pleasing part I said tonight was we got ourselves back in the game after what was some disappointing footy in the first half. But again, we weren't good enough for long enough against a good opposition. So we've got some work to do. Our ball use at the moment is not to the level we want. Our connection going inside 50, we had enough opportunities going inside 50. We ripped a few of those up, and that's a combination of our midfielders bringing the ball through, the patterns we're running, all those sorts of things. We'll keep working away on it. The good thing is we're generating the opportunities, but we're not maximising them, and that doesn't put pressure on opposition consistently, and we need to get better.
Don Law was made of Riley playing his third game, obviously in the ruck. How did you see him?
Oh, look, I thought early he was a bit, they came out and they hit it pretty hard, and I thought the longer the game went, the better he got. I don't know what the hit-outs ended up exactly, but early it was certainly against us, and that's probably not surprising given he's coming in for his 3rd game of AFL footy against a pre-season player. But I thought he fought on really strongly, and he showed glimpses of what we rate about him.
You spoke in the pre-season about using Wayne in the middle a bit more as well this
Yeah.
year. Did that after half time. Do you think that sort of sparked you a little bit in the third?
Yeah, we made some changes at half time. We pushed Gibber to the back and we put Wayne inside. We moved Seeds forward. We tried to juggle a few things just to generate that, and I thought Wayne did that in the third quarter. I thought he won some ball for us and he was able to break the lines a bit, which was good. So that's again a step for Wayne's development.
Was the speed of ball movement a particular focus in that third quarter? It looked like when you slowed it down or got quicker, it sort of worked, but that sort of mid-range didn't.
Yeah, it's always a challenge trying to find the right gear. I mean, we sort of I think we were guilty of trying to go a bit fast early and over handballing at times, and that invited some pressure. And Geelong's a high-pressure team. We knew that coming in, but if we start flicking it with hands, it really does get, the pressure comes and then you're forced to kick it forward. And I thought in the third quarter we found a better balance, and that's, as I said, that's the blueprint of how we want to play.
Difficult to shut down danger tonight, but just talk us through how difficult it is to deal with their midfield, because they've got plenty of options. Yeah,
they do. They've got, when you coming in, whether it's Dangerfield or Selwood on a wing or Kelly through the mids, you've got Ablett running around at half forward. They've got quality players through that area, and we, as I said, we had our share, we had our looks, but we weren't good enough for long enough tonight, and we've got to keep working away on it.
What's your take on the forward line? Is it all those things that you've explained, that having the efficiency coming through to the midfield, or are some of the players sort of genuinely down in form?
Oh, look, I think it's a combination. We'll look at it in more detail, and we were certainly talking about that. And you know, I think we had 19 entries in the third quarter and 5-3, and they were more efficient going forward. So we need to have a look at exactly what's breaking down there, whether it's our patterns, whether it's our the way we're kicking the ball. Obviously, if we kick at 60%, it's going to make it hard. But there's some things I think we can fix pretty quickly. So that's our challenge. We've got 9 days now to our next game, and we need to make sure our ball use going forward gives us a chance to maximise those opportunities. And again, our goal kicking is another thing. Like we missed a lot of easy shots tonight, which again, it's all about scoreboard pressure against the best teams. And when we had scoreboard pressure on them, we got ourselves back into it. And as soon as we miss some easy snaps or shots, and they go down the other end and score, all of a sudden those swings become significant, and that's what happened. But credit to Geelong, they were a better team tonight. Deserved to win.
Is Brad Crouch's miss in the fourth quarter an example of games are made up of moments? And
they're all little moments. I mean, it's all those things which add up. Now he got called to play on, so he was under pressure to snap it. But that's one example. We kicked 15 points, and some of those are very gettable for guys who you would expect to normally finish those. So we just got to take opportunities.
Is it where they're kicking them from, or is it more the?
Well, we'll have a look at exactly that. I mean, some of those they're not difficult shots at goal, though, from a set shot viewpoint. I mean, there was a couple that we hit the post, I think, 3 or 4 times as well, which, there's a fine line, but we've got to finish. That's what best teams do, is they'll finish, and they'll finish consistently, because that keeps pressure on the opposition, and we didn't do that consistently tonight.
Michael, you're a very potent forward line. Do you feel over the last sort of 18 months there's a trend where you're scoring less scores? Well,
clearly our numbers suggest that. We've gone from I think a couple of years ago being 100 plus pretty regularly, and tonight I think we got to 75. But I could go through and probably name a half a dozen opportunities that we just ripped up through either execution, decision making, or patterns. We need to work on it, because we're creating enough opportunities. We had 53 inside, I think, 53 inside 50 tonight, which is enough to be able to kick a winning score, and we didn't.
Your front six have been so reliable and impressive for a long period. Will you stick with them?
Well, that's something we've got to look at, and what's the mix we've got. And we obviously brought Riley Knight's come back and is playing consistently down there. Chase Jones has come in to play his role. So, but as I say, we're creating the opportunities. I'll look at it in more detail, and we'll make those decisions we need to.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, guys.